So, good morning. Thanks for joining. Good to see Gillian's got a BBM t-shirt on as well. We're going to do some floor work today, but we will... Oh, and Yvonne. Tom had it on Tuesday. We'll get some more. Let's do some work on the floor today, but we're going to start off, as always, just by warming up a little bit and doing a little bit of mobilization. So let's start with a bit of a leg swing. So just be really aware that you need to balance on one leg first. So just make sure you're comfortable balancing one side to the other. So just swapping onto, if I'm mirroring you, you're on your right leg there. A little bit of softness in the knee, and then swap to the other side, left leg, a little bit of softness in the knee. So just swap side to side. If you've got any ankle issues or anything hurts, then just take this a little bit easier or miss this one out. Just get that rocking gently, gently, gently side to side. Feel that almost absorption of the force, so we're not bashing into the ground there. A little bit of softness in the knee. We're not going into a squat, we're not bending the knee, and we're still keeping nice and tall through the spine. And once we get going, once you get the rhythm going, you can balance and then swing, balance, swing, balance, and he falls over, swing, balance, swing. Just nice and gently, just freeing up this swing leg. The trick with all the balance exercises is always remember to keep tall. Use the upper body to lengthen up. Lift tall. Couple more. And then shake out. As always, we focus a little bit more on movement and strength on Thursdays, but always have in mind breath, just breathing easy. Let's do a little bit of shoulder mobilization. So get your fingers like that, pop them underneath the collarbone, and we'll just do big circles with the elbows. So lift the elbows rather than the shoulders there. Good, nice big circles with the elbows. And feel the spine moving as well, so almost like opening up the chest a little bit there. Get that spine moving, particularly the upper back. You might get some creaks and crunches. Smooth movement, smooth breathing. Let's change direction. So going backwards and over. I'm definitely getting some clicks through my collarbone. Most probably hear it with the mic on. And then we can do a little bit of paddling. So here we're getting that rotation through the spine as well. So think of the spine rotating. So that shoulder comes forwards. Lift the elbows, really lift. Again, if you've got any pain or tightness or tension or injury in the shoulders, just take this at your comfortable pace. It's not about forcing. And then if you're going forwards, go backwards with the paddling. lifting the elbows. Good. And then slowing it down. And giving your arms a little bit of a shake, giving your legs a little bit of a shake. Let's go wide stance now. So turning your feet out a little bit. So we're getting that little bit of stretch there through the thighs, and we're just lowering. Remember, this isn't a squat, so if you imagine where your center of gravity is, below the belly button, tailbone, you've got a little bit of weight on your tailbone, you're just dropping, lowering down. Lowering down. Knees are gliding over the toes. Watch that the knees aren't dropping in and out too much. Keeping the spine long, and then we can use that lengthening of the arms, that nice stretch through the arms, so you're pushing out and then softening, coming up to the center and then pushing out as you lower. Let's do a couple more. Good. And then take a rest. Walk your feet in. Have another little shake out if you need a little bit of a shake out. Let's do some work with the rib cage. So again, take your feet about a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and we're just going to work through the rib cage. So just popping your hands on the ribs, feeling the breath, and you're getting your fingers there in the back of the ribs. Keeping the spine long. I want you just to do almost like a little circular movement of the rib cage. So if you think about this rib, if I'm mirroring you on the right side, that's dropping down and round, and then that's lifting up. Just do it nice and gently. See if you can get that, the ribs moving. And you'll feel that in your back as well. And then swapping direction. So make sure you're not moving from the waist. It's easy to move from the waist. Make sure you move so the waist almost stays, or the hips almost stays pretty stable, and you're just moving the rib cage, base of the rib cage. It's a nice one. Good, it's making my tummy rumble. Massaging your organs, massaging your liver, massaging your stomach. Good, and take a, it is making my tummy rumble. Well, maybe that's the ginger I'm drinking. Spinal cord, breathing in, breathing out. Really get the movement through the pelvis, so you're spilling out the front of the pelvis there, and then you're spilling out the back of the pelvis there, so get that movement through the pelvis. On your next in-breath, just rotate to one side and then do an inhale and an exhale down that side, and then inhale through the center, and then on the next inhale rotate to the other side, and then back to the center. And take a rest. Let's move to the floor. Now, mat or something to, if it's soft place to put your knees, if you've got any issues with your knees, but we're just coming down onto our hands and knees. So your knees stay underneath your hips. Can you see me okay there? Yeah. Knees stay underneath the hips. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Can you see? Let me look in the camera. Yeah, you can see. So just balance there and spreading out the fingers. So it's nice to get the stretch through the tendons, the thumb as well, the forefinger. Maybe have the forefinger pointing forwards, and then the elbow pits, you're just giving them a little bit of rotation so the elbow pits are facing forwards as well. And then just free up the spine a little bit, free up the shoulders a little bit. Watch so the head's not dropping down here. So lengthen that spine up. And then just very gently rock forwards and backwards. And as you glide backwards, keep that tailbone pointing towards the sky. So we keep a pretty neutral spine as you're rocking back. It gives you that nice gentle lengthening of the lower back there. And breath is just so easy in and out through the nose. If anything hurts, if you get any pain, just stop. Easy rock forwards and backwards. You can test how much weight you can put forwards onto the wrists and the shoulders. Feel as if you're pushing into the floor as you walk forwards. Good. Take a rest there. I'm just going to move my camera down a bit so you can see a little bit better. Stay there, just have a little rest for a moment. Let's probably see. Let's move that out of the way. Oh, everything's falling down. That should be able to see a little bit better, apart from the big box that's in the way there. It's all right, you can see. Because I want you, I'm going to face forwards now, so I want you to change the wrist position. I've just rocked back a little bit just so you can see my wrist, but you're in the same place, knees over hips, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, but we're just going to rotate the fingers in like that. So then you've got the elbow pits rotating inwards a little bit. So it just changes the shape of the shoulder. Again, if there's any pain, you know by now just to stop. A little bit of softness in the elbows. Stretching out the fingers, and again just that gentle rock forwards and backwards. This is nice. It frees up the top of the shoulders a little bit because we don't want anything locked in any of these positions. We don't need to be doing loads of tightening of the belly or anything like that, just keeping that spine neutral, keeping the neck long. Again, just watch that the head's not dropping forwards or dropping down. And rock as far forwards as you want to, as far backwards as you want to. Breathing easy. And then taking a rest. You can come up, kneeling up if you need to take a rest. You might want to give your arms a little bit of a shake, your wrists a little bit of a shake out. And then when you're ready, coming back to same position, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, but this time turning your fingers out, so turning your hands out. So your thumbs are facing forward, your four fingers are facing out to each side. And then again, just rocking. If you get any pain in the wrists, then you know you just stop. Gentle rocking forwards and backwards. Take a rest. Again, if you want to kneel up a little bit, if you want to give your wrists a little bit of a shake. This next one is always the one that feels really wrong. So if you don't want to do it, don't do it. And really don't put too much weight forwards on this one, but you're going on the back of the wrists. So just gently on the back of the wrists. And I hardly move anywhere near forwards and backwards on this, or forwards on this, just very gently, but it's a nice little stretch to give through the wrists and through the arms. Just be very careful on this one. And that just feels about enough for me on that one. Shake out your wrist. It always just feels so wrong, that one. But again, you're just going very, very easy on that. Okay, it should feel really nice now in the wrists and the fingers and the arms. I'm going to go around to the side again, but stay where you are. So we'll stay knees under hips, and we'll do wrists under shoulders. And from here, you can see okay there, yeah. Tuck the toes underneath and just bring your shins parallel to the ground. Again, if you've got any problems in the toes, any toe joints or anything like that that hurt, you stop. If it feels comfortable, you just do gentle rocking forwards and backwards. Breathing easy in and out through the nose. But obviously, you've got more engagement of the core Keep the spine long and then just take a rest when you're ready there. It doesn't take too much with that one to really make it feel challenging. Good, I'm going to come and face you again just so you can see the next one. We're going to bring the heels together, and you see my heels together there. Take the knees out to the side. Again, if you've got any pain in the knees, anything hurts, anything's tight or too tight, just stop. So you've got your knees out. So you're in like a frog position. So it's like the frogger. And then you're going to bring your arms slightly forwards, elbows and wrists at like a number 11. So this is really nice on the back, on the upper back. Your elbows are ahead of your shoulders here. And then you can just rock forwards and back. This is a really nice one as you rock back, just for lengthening out the muscles each side of the spine. Just feel the muscles lengthening out each side of the spine. You can come as far forwards as you want, as far back as you want. Hopefully you can see there. I'll come over to the side so you can watch me from the side if you need to. So knees out, feet together, reaching forwards, number 11 with the arms. Breathing easy. Good. Take a rest when you're ready. You can bring yourself up, resting on the wrists. Bring the knees together. And then take your time just to stand up safely. No rush. You can bring one arm, or that's a leg, one leg to the side. One arm. Where's my brain this morning? One leg to the side and come up to standing. Take a moment. Again, give yourself a little bit of a shake out. And when you are ready, let's do some tigers. Let's go high. Let's start up high with a tiger. So high here, and then coming down, hips glide back. Remember, keep that sternum lifted and drop the center of gravity. Doesn't have to be too wide on the stance, on the leg stance, about shoulder width apart. Get that nice spine wave as you're standing tall. Always remember, I like that point to always remember, that is, one, you could stop the movement at any point, and two, you could get there and you could look in that direction or you could look in that direction. If I'm down here, can't do that. So it's the idea of keeping the chest lifted. You can rotate a little bit. You can get nice and deep if you need to. And remember, you go as deep as you can. Challenge yourself a little bit. Get to the edge, but not forcing. And breathing. Do one more. And then take a rest. The next one, if you've got space, you can do it moving forwards. If you haven't got space, you can do it on the spot. We've done it before, so we step forwards. We're going to step forwards with the left leg, and then we shift the weight a little bit onto that left leg, but we keep going down the center. So we still tiger, keep going down the center. So you've got a little bit more, that left leg is really taking the strength, and then you come up to standing. As you come up to standing, you're almost like going forwards, but if you haven't got the space to go forwards, shift back, balance, and then step forwards. Right leg, shift that weight over the right leg, so that right leg is taking the weight, and then come up to standing. Again, if you're walking forwards, you just keep walking forwards. If not, you step back, stand. It's the same principle, but we're just splitting the stance. And notice where you want to hold or support your body weight. So see if you can make sure that the majority of body weight you're wanting to support through that front leg. As you stand up, you're using that front leg. Same thing this side. Most of the body weight comes over that front leg. And you might find you have a preference. One side maybe wants to hold on a little bit more. Let's do one more. And take a rest. And I always love that if you want to do one really quick exercise, obviously when you've warmed up and everything, is the squat and the crawl and the press. We'll just do the squat and the crawl today. And I'm just going to show you how to do it if you need a little bit of lift on that, if it's a little bit difficult to get all the way down. As long as you've got something that's supportive, there, can you see there, yeah? What you can do is you can come down squat, and then you're reaching forwards, rock forwards, come back, and then lift back up. So you could do that if you had a work surface or something, but obviously something that's stable. This isn't very stable, it's a great example to show you. But again, going down, and then you reach forwards with the other hand. So I'm reaching forwards with that hand, shifting the weight forwards, then I'm bringing my hips back, coming into that squat position, and then coming up to standing. And again, squat. And forwards. Glide the hips back. Keep going, and I'll just get rid of these and I'll show you from the front as well. So coming down. Reach. Make sure you keep the knees out as you come back up into your squat position. Come back up to standing. It's the same idea as well, that anywhere throughout this movement you could stop. I could stop there, I could stop here, I could stop here, I can stop here, here, so you're in control. One more. Oh, it's 8:30. Good, and then come up to standing. Let's have a good shake. Shake the legs out. Let's have a nice tapping into the ground. Let's do a cleansing and clearing breath. Breathing in. And breathing in. Good, and then slowing it down, slowing it down, slowing it down, slowing it down, slowing it down. And then just standing. Letting your breath settle. Feeling tingling sensations. Feeling supported and grounded and lifted and light and lifted through the spine. Excellent, we will finish there. Thank you. Sorry we went over a little bit there. A few little things to play around with. Have a little explore of that. I will be back on Tuesday for a little bit more focus on the Qigong and the breath work. But in the meantime, thank you for joining. Have a great day. Have a good weekend, and I will see you hopefully next week. Take care. Bye.
Bye.